What is going on, guys? Crucible here, and today we are going to start going over all of the new releases and reveals that have been shown for Set 7 of Fusion World. We're going to talk about each of the different leaders and all the respective support that's been kind of coming out for them. This is always what we do. We always do a series of videos like this right before the full reveals, which we probably won't get the full reveals until probably, I want to say mid to like the second to third week of August is probably usually when we see it. It's usually about 3 weeks or so before the actual set releases. So look forward to that. But before we get started today, I do want to thank everybody. We are so close of the time of recording. We are so close to our 500 subscriber milestone. So I do want to thank everybody who's been coming by the channel and following, subscribing, liking the videos, commenting. Everybody that's just been taking a part in the channel, I really do greatly appreciate all the love and support you guys have given me over the past year and a half, and it's gone noticed. I see the support you guys are doing, and I do really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. All right, so let's get into it. So for red, we got Glorio. Now Glorio is a standard leader on the front side. On the back side, he does a very similar thing to Top Coup. In my opinion, it's basically a more balanced approach to what Top Coup was kind of doing. So he draws when he attacks, but then he has an activate main once per turn where you discard one card from hand, and then during this turn, the next time that you activate a skill on a card with Daima in its card name from your hand to or battle area, you reduce the cost by 2. So Top Coup, as we know, allowed you to decrease the energy cost it would take to play something out. So what was it? It would basically, like, a 4 cost would turn into a 1 cost, basically. You would be allowed to cheat out something like that for practically free, almost. So being able to, having the restriction being put into card skills and having it be limited to Daima special trait cards only, while also making it 2 instead of 3, I think are 3 heavy restrictions that kind of balance this out to an extent. So while Top Coup was able to free play stuff out quite a bit, this ability will slow down the deck to an extent. Now, in terms of what this skill is actually going to be utilized on, well, it's going to be utilized on the brand new Evolve cards that are making a return from Masters. We're going to have Super Saiyan 4 Daima Goku, who's a 6 cost, 40k power, 5k combo card. And then he has got an activate main, where once per turn, if your leader has Daima in its card name, you switch this card to active mode. So the way that this works, for those of you that haven't played Masters, for those of you that haven't seen this tech before, basically what Evolve is that it's literally as it says. If you've played the Pokemon TCG, it's basically the exact same premise. Basically, you pay a cost to then place this card on top of a specific card mentioned. So in this case, you can only evolve into this card if you have a Son Goku Daima or Son Goku Mini Daima with 25,000 power or more on the board. So essentially, it's a 2-piece setup. You need to have the card. You need to have the card that it can evolve from, and you need to have this card and pay its cost. Now, what is a little crazy here is that depending on how fast your opponent can awaken you, the earliest you could do this is by turn 3, I believe. So, depending on the card that you place down, you'll be able to play down the card that you need, the Son Goku or Son Goku Mini. Then you can activate Glorio's skill to reduce the cost of this card by 1. And so you're paying 1 energy instead of 3 energy to then evolve this guy. And then you get 2 40k swings on turn 3. Which by that point, it's very possible that your opponent probably hasn't awakened yet either. So one of these swings is relatively inconsequential. Just because you're going to take it and awaken anyway. But yeah, no, this is a very solid card, very strong card. Allows you to swing twice for heavy damage. Really is going to help in the later game. And really kind of go from there. So targets. We have this Son Goku Mini Daima. who is a 2-cost, 20k power, 5k combo card, where on play, if your leader is awakened, this card gets 10,000 power for the turn. So basically, just for the turn, he gets up to 10,000. Your other options that you can use to evolve are going to be the 2-cost SR mini Goku from A New Adventure, the Self-Awakener one. He's a target that you can use with this, and the Double Striker, weirdly enough, is also a target since he is a Son Goku DA with 35,000 power. So you can utilize all those cards to evolve into this guy. Now, assuming that the tech is still the same and works the exact same way that it did in Masters, basically, the way that Evolve works is that when you go and you evolve in Masters, the static buffs that a card would have actually get carried over to the evolution of that card. So what I'm getting at is, so like for this card, for example, right? For this card, for example, when your leader is awakened on play, he goes up to 10,000 power. He gains 10,000 power, making him a 30,000 power swinger, right? When you evolve from this card, that 10,000 power that is applied to this Daima Goku actually gets transferred over to the evolution as well. So this card would become a 50k swinger for the turn instead of a 40k swinger for the turn, which is pretty cool. The Daima Goku SR, the Self-Awakener, is a permanent 30k swinger. So this guy becomes a permanent 50k swinger. And then if we take into account other Daima cards, if you wanted to run this evolve package in like the Super Saiyan Daima card, for example, the leader effect of the Super Saiyan Daima Goku actually is a static buff as well, because it's for the turn. So your 2-cost SR Goku could be boosted up to 40k power for the turn, and then you could evolve this guy and he becomes a 60k double swinger for the turn, which is pretty insane. Now this is assuming that the rules work the same way in this game as it did in Masters. As far as we are aware, it does. So until some confirmation from like judges or Bandai itself or someone like says something otherwise, I'm pretty sure that still plays the same way as it did in Masters. So we'll have to see. We also have another evolved target in this Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta card. He's a 5-cost, 30k power, 0 combo, evolve card. Where on play, if your leader has Daima in its card name, you get to draw a card. Then this card can't be removed from the battle area by your opponent's skills until the end of your opponent's next turn. So his restriction is that he's 2-cost, and he needs to be on you need to evolve him from a Vegeta Daima or a Vegeta Mini Daima. So we already have some targets for this as well. What's cool is that you could actually evolve for free with Glorio's skill here, which I think is awesome. And then just on play, being able to replace itself. And then he can't be removed until the end of your opponent's next turn. I think is also really solid. This card might be better in the early game as opposed to the later game. Like turn 3, turn 4, turn 5 would probably be better to see this guy. But yeah, that's we'll have to kind of see. In terms of options, you do have this Vegeta, 2-cost, 20k power, 0 combo, who's a Self-Awakener, and then you get to choose one battle card in your opponent's battle area, and it gets 5,000 power for the turn. This card's okay. It's not anything crazy. It's a Self-Awakener that can minus a cantrip on board, basically. Nothing too insane. There is a 2-cost Daima Vegeta Mini that you can use from the A New Adventure set, who is also a Self-Awakener, and he swings for 25, I believe, is what he does. But that is another target that you can roll in with this. You could also evolve this from the Vegeta Daima Double Striker as well. I don't think evolving off the Double Striker in this particular case is worthwhile, but it is an option. So All right, let's get into some other support for this deck that we've been shown. We have this Dr. Arinsu Daima, who's a 1-cost 5k power 10k combo, where she has an auto once per turn when your card with DA in its card name and evolve is played, draw 1 card. So basically, she is basically here to maintain your hand advantage. She's here to help, because usually with these evolve cards, you're going to be paying out probably 2 cards, about 2 cards per play, right? In the later game anyway, right? So eventually your hand is going to get a little stale and thinned out. So cards like this will allow you to kind of keep the influx of cards coming to your hand to an extent. Multiples of these on board, your opponent, it just means your opponent is going to have to spend time removing these, because getting too much draw advantage is going to be could be an issue in the later game. So then let's not talk about the extra cards just yet. Let me get these over here. So let's talk about the Tamagamis. So we have the Tamagami number 2, 3 cost, 20k power, 5k combo, who's a blocker, where has a permanent skill on your opponent's turn. Cards with DA in their card names and evolve in the battle area cannot be removed from the battle area by your opponent's skills. So basically, relatively decent endgame utility. As long as this guy stays on board, your stuff cannot be removed easily. And to be fair, in terms of criticisms, it's already kind of hard enough to remove 5 costs and 6 costs. 6 costs especially right now. There's only a very few number of cards that can actually remove a 6 cost on board. 5 costs are relatively easier to get rid of. But still, it protects all your evolve cards, which is still very solid. This guy can be removed with ease, so basically this guy is kind of just here to defend a swing, and then potentially they spend some time trying to remove this off board so they can remove everything else. It's a stopgap, basically. So then we have a Tamagami number 1, 4 cost, 30k power, 5k combo. When attacking, choose up to 1 battle card in your opponent's battle area, and it gets 5,000 power for the minus 5,000 power for the turn. And then activate main once per turn. You pay 2 energy, switch this card to active mode. This is a pretty solid card. If you already have your evolve cards on the board and you played this out, you can utilize this skill for free with Glorio's effect and get 2 30k swings for free. Plus you have to deal with either of the other evolve swings as well. So this is a very solid card. It's not anything too crazy. It's got a great stat line. But yeah, I mean, it's not bad at all. And then we have Tamagami number 3, 2 cost, 20k power, 5k combo. On play, add up to 1 card with Daima with DA in its card name and evolve from your drop to your hand. Basically, it just helps you get your evolve cards back. Ideally, you're probably playing this maybe every other turn, ideally. Maybe you comboed off one of your evolve Goku pieces early in the game because you weren't able to get the setup right. You need to get that back to start that setup again. It's not a bad card whatsoever. Then we have our extras. So we have evolving to Super Saiyan 4, 1 cost, activate battle. Your cards that are in a battle get 15,000 power for the battle. Then if you have a card with DA in its card name and evolve in your battle area, your card that is in a battle gets 10,000 power for the battle. Have we said battle enough? So this card's cool. It needs a condition of having the Daima evolve card on your board, which is not the biggest deal. That's what the whole crux of this deck is kind of supposed to do. But you can get this power boost for any card in your deck. So as long as you meet that specific condition, it's a 25k power card. You can utilize this on the evolve cards if you want to. You can utilize it on other stuff that's in the deck. So very, very cool extra card. And for only 1 energy, like, you're already kind of like cheapening the cost of your stuff. So this is actually very solid. Then we have Showdown in the Demon King Palace, another 1 cost, activate main. If your leader has Daima in its card name, choose up to 1 card with Daima in its card name and evolve in their battle area. Then choose up to 1 battle card in your opponent's battle area with power less than or equal to the card chosen by the skill and KO it. So this could be run in every Daima deck, but I feel like this effect is probably going to get more use in Glorio than it is in the other 2, just due to the fact that Glorio is able to get those evolve cards out easier than the other 2 decks can. The other decks, you're kind of paying hard cost. You're hard at cost. Whereas this, you're kind of limited to, in Glorio, you basically cheat this out, the evolves out by turn 3, and like this card's already live. So it's very cheap removal with a relatively heavy restriction. So I'm fine with this. This is a fine card. But that's gonna do it for the red archetype so far. That's all the reveals that we've been shown. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments section below. Are you guys excited for Glorio? You guys excited for Daima? Let me know how you guys feel. But until next time, thank you guys for all the love and support. As always, I will see you guys all in the next Fusion World video. Peace.